design, something I'm looking at. Something I'm looking at. Yeah, I'm here because I can do it live. I'm doing a little bit of painting, but I'm going a little too fast. I was even successful at painting my chair. Yeah, spilled it all over because I didn't want to spend $7 on one of those roller paint things. I was going to go get one, thought I had one, but at the end, I put it all over the floor. Two things I want to talk about. One is the chimney. You can look at a lot of things here. You can look at birth. You can look at earth. You can look at the word him in chimney, because everything links. Not what I say, but what the numbers will do will link words. The nay, the key, the birth. Even Pegasus and the big bear. The little pan and the big pan. Thank God it's not about Peter Pan. Is that the link to Peter? Is Peter one of the links to this constellation? Is the horse? If you have this, okay, I need this for it to plug into. If you have this, the flow of the water, I'll need that hose so you can pass, go through me. I am the envelope and you are the passing, the egg, the envelope, the passing, the water, the electricity, the little rice, the big pan, the little pan. Let's say, I don't know, I'm just going to do one thing like this and one thing like this. And then I'm going to take this wire and I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to bring it down here. And then I'm going to take this wire, I'm going to put it in here. Okay. And what I'm actually doing is I'm going out, I'm coming in, I'm processing, and then I'm putting it back out. And now you have memory thoughts from the other side. So you have one moon and two moons. I like to use that sometimes, that two is an N, because the N sort of looks like a two sometimes. So the other thing I wanted to speak about is chimney. In French, they say, ton appel est cheminée. Ton appel peut pas être cheminée. You cannot be connected. So they're saying the chimney and ashes, ashes and ashes, dust to dust. Where are the ashes? Are the ashes actually 88? Because in French, ash is the H letter, which is the 8th letter in the alphabet, which is the 8th letter is the 19th reverse, and the 19th is spirit of man in the moon. One of the reasons for that I say that, I lost my camera here. One of the reasons I say that, say man on the moon is an expression. 8 is the opposite of 19. It takes number 13, A and M, to create the bar mitzvah boy who's 13 years old, that can only be made with 3 cubes, 6, 6, and 1, unless you're using the reverse of the 1, because there's an O around the 1 on the dice cube. Many ways to look at it. See that O that goes around it? Complete the shape of this circle. Complete the shapes of all the circles. Make bigger circles around the circles you see, and tell me what else you see. What's going on in these circles? There's designs in it, telling us a bigger story. We give just the right pieces and parts that we can connect and build from that and fill in the rest of the answers. And we've been doing it for years. Every single day in the restaurant, every time the journal or the paper comes out, we go to Sudoku. Only gives you a few, and yet you get them all. You do crosswords and all kinds of other different puzzles and games, and you can figure it all out. Even the word games where there's nothing to do other than fill in the words, like make a riddle and then have the answer. The 19 spirit, man on the moon, spirit is equal to 91, 7 times 13. 1 and 3 is 4. Man on the moon ends up saying Jesus Christ of time. If you're turning counterclockwise, you can be tightening or loosening. Hand in hand. So perfect. 2 to every 1 because you're tightening and loosening on 1. The 1 bolt is there, you're tightening it or you're loosening it or taking it off. Man on the moon. A cheminée. Your call cannot be completed. What does a cheminée mean in French? I have to look that up. A cheminée. Let me see. Acheminez votre appel. Can't fix your boat. Hold on. The 10 best chimney cleaners. A cheminée is make appeal to your common sense. Beware leaks, a potential threatening. A call professional chimney sweeper. Oh, well, just anyways. A cheminée. T'en appelles pas être a cheminée. Something to do with a phone call. So something to do with communication. So when they're talking about Santa Claus, right? Santa Claus, is it the placenta clause? That when you come into this world, you sign a birth certificate. But what actually are we signing? What is that birth certificate? What is, put your hand on the Bible and swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, to help me God? Or are you swearing to help me God? Hold on a second. So you put the hand on a Bible. And at the end, so help me God. What are all the words chosen? I just like to say, put my hand on a book and say, I'm going to tell the truth and the whole truth and nothing but the truth. And it doesn't make a difference what book my hand is on. The truth is the truth. Truth will set your mind free or lock you up, because if you would have did the truth at the beginning, wherever you're sitting, wouldn't put you in the place you're in. But then sometimes it's a catch-22. From the other world, Santa Claus comes from the north. If you want to talk about global warming, it's like 8 Celsius outside, and it's like really crazy warm. 25th of December. 25th of December, it's Friday. Friday, 7 and 3, the red sun, Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, Santa Claus wearing red, and all these songs about snow and Jack Frost. But what are they doing in California and parts of Africa where there is no snow? What songs are they singing out there? What songs are they singing? And if they're singing the same snowflake songs, they're singing it for Santa, and we all should remember of the North. It's funny how we can eat reindeer. I think it's called they surf, but we can't eat pigs. Is there a reason for that? Is there a reason we can't eat pigs? Imagine if the pig was extinct. So would all ham radio communication. And no hams left. Do you know that in 40 years from now, let's say 50 years from now, if nobody would make any babies today for the next and 50 years, there will be nobody capable of making any babies because there would be no more eggs. So that means in 50 years, 40 years after that, or in 90 years, there is no one left on this planet. Don't make any babies, no one left on the planet. Another thing to speak of, okay, is we're going to go back to what is the truth? Who are you listening to and how do you believe? Maybe I don't have any time to go any further than just trust anybody. Anybody. You let into your house anybody when you open that TV set. and you believe, if you watch TV, do you think TV's real or fake? Do they call it a documentary? This is a documentary, and we're telling you for a specific reason. What is it that makes the documentary real, yet the movies, oh, it can never happen. It can never happen. Have you seen every single movie that ever happened on every single subject? If they can make the movie, someone came up with the idea, it happened. It happened in the movies. That's the starter. The big D, the department, right? Is it all about offense or all about defense? If your defense puts up a wall, what good is an offense? Defense will take control of the offense, and they'll operate, and they'll score all the points. Not the offense. But is the offense going to tear apart the defense? Got a cramp in my foot. What are you watching on TV? What are you believing? And why are you believing it? Because somebody says it on TV. They're telling you the truth or a truth. Is it the truth or a truth? Who witnessed it, and how do you know the witness? In the news, they, sir, would you like to say something? What did you see? How do you know they didn't choose that witness? Don't you know it's all about the ratings? It's not about the news. It's about the ratings. It's been on TV. It's all about the ratings. They don't care about the news. They don't care about the real news. They care about the rating news. When you're being rated, paid for and rated. Who's choosing the news? Who gets to choose what's on TV? Do you think that the only news that's out there is the news they share? Is that what you believe, that after they're finished sharing the news, they've got all the news and they know all the stories? And they had time enough at 24 hours. You have 24 hours to know the news and to know deep down in the news exactly how whatever it is. Yet, for your own self, you can't figure it out for days and weeks. So how do you know the truth of the news other than someone telling a story of news, a story of news? It's funny that the only, there is one station that's different from other stations, and that's Fox 45, different from all other stations. WKRP in Cincinnati. Tell it like it is. It is. Put the two words together. CETA. CETA, WKRP in Cincinnati. So if you have 666, showing it a little bit different. What is the opposite of 666? Is it 234 making a 90 degree? Or is it 444? Because that'll make 111. 6 and 4, 1, 6 and 4, 1, 6 and 4, 1. Since 6 and 4 is 10, all zeros equal 6. That would be 16, 16, 16, 48, the son of Pluto, or 777, the gateway to the creation of the Christ. What is the Christ? It's first spirit time from Saturn skies, the spirit of 76 and the freedom of 55, created by 14 and 16, the letter N and P. Where do I come up with all this stuff? It is what it is. I've said it before in many videos. 14 creates 54, creates 29. 16 creates 76, which creates 42, 13, 55, or 42 minus 13, 29. One times 4, 1 times 5, 1 times 6. Let's not get into that. 15 and 16, the sweet 16. So it's how Mars introduces the female. 1 times 6, the half-life. The females, how does that work out? Is it a half-life because it's a split life where you don't get full decisions? So we still have one person here, and I guess that one person is me. I have to go back and paint. But first, before I go back, I want to show you how alpha beta creates itself. Here is, and in most languages, I mean, in many languages, these two letters never change in most languages. In fact, there's many that have A, B, C, D, and E, where the numbers remain 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. But in Greek, it's alpha, beta, gamma, delta, and then I don't remember the other one. So you see the way they put God from creation, CDE. CDE is electric. Down here, that's what it is. And it's from the sun. It's a sun creation. And don't forget, you have a beautiful sun, and you have a moon, and then you have two moons. So it's the positive and the negative sending out the signal to the one moon. Could it be Deimos and Phobos? But it's the one sending out a split signal? Or is it send up a signal like this, send it back down like this? Does it send a direct signal to the sun, sending it back to these two, sending it back to this planet, sending it to, sorry, to this moon, to that moon, then over to this moon? Or is it coming from the sun? You follow what I'm saying? Talking about the moons of Mars. And I want to talk about the letter A and B. Very, very quick. We're going to go A and B. In fact, I'm going to show you ABC. A, B, C, A, B, C, D. All in one word. In fact, we can do it a little bit different. I could have did that, or I could have did this. I could have went A, B, C, D, and then the E is this, and this little piece over here creates the E. E, and then you have the F going down here, and we don't have the G. We have A, B, C, D, E, F. In fact, inside of here, we have A, B, C, D. Here's your D. Here's your A. Here's your B that you don't see because it's right here. These two end in the center, creating another B. The point is the A. The connection to the two sides is the D. And then the separation between the two on the next level is your B. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Abuse your body and pay the price. Abuse your body. Abuse yourself and pay the price of those around you. It's a question. It's a question. Another thing is, there's a lot of things on the news lately, lots and lots of stuff. Why do you have to sell to people? Okay, why do we need to sell to people to prove to people, hey, look, I got one, why don't you get one? I got one, why don't you get one? Has you ever seen the sales in the department stores where the guy in the front is trying to sell this little diamond necklace worth 50 cents, telling you it's worth $100, and then when it comes time to we're going to give it away at half price, you don't see any hands yet because everybody still think it's cheap. But then the guy in the front says, yes, you in the back, okay, you in the back. The minute somebody says in the back, no one can see in the back because they're in front of the back. So they're not sure. So then everybody starts to raise their hand. Oh, the one in the back took, I'll take. The one in the back took, I'll. Now, when you start seeing the hands in the front come up, right? You have somebody in the front come up, raise their hand. Now everybody else jumps in and starts taking the bait. Remember, it took 10 years. Do your research on Excel root. Do your research. Do your research. Trust and look out for Fox News. Look out for anything that's alternative, because anything that's alternative, would you think that everything that's alternative, that everything is alternative, is not real? You watch junior sports. You watch college football. You watch college basketball and hockey. You go see your kids play sports. And that's not in the newspaper, but it's real and it's full of heart. Why can't individuals see stories the same or different with full of heart without anything else being said about it? What is going on? Is everybody asleep? Are we so petrified? Are we that petrified to see another way? Our friends don't want to talk to us because of certain things. And when you see difference, it has to be discussed and then said, okay, I either understand or I disagree, and either you can be explained why you disagree, and you can't just say, well, the guys at the university. You have to be concrete. So then you have to watch other experts out there. We can't really decide on a lot of things ourselves. We have to listen to all the experts that say both sides of the story, the good, the for, and against. And just because the against has proven better than the for, even though the for is proven better than the against, how have they proven it? In which style? How is it sold to you? And did you buy a story? Or is it the story? Is it their story? I think we have to go back to the polygraph. And then the right questions have to be asked. And then we have the right staff to know whether or not whoever is on staff is telling you the whole truth and nothing but the truth. So when somebody tells you the truth or their truth, they should go on the polygraph too. And you have to keep going down the line and never stop polygraphing people till you find somebody that you can trust. And who can you trust? Raphael, 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Thank you for watching this video.